Would you spend $15 on a dish of cheese? How about $12 for a fancy hot dog or $16 for a drink that makes your mouth go numb? Well, I would. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Yeah, Disney World food is all pretty expensive, but today we're going to look at some of the pricier snacks and why you should still shell out the cash to try these ones. We're not going to back all of them, but we are going to back these. Everything on this list is good, seriously good, and some of the best snacks you can get in Disney World, but they are definitely charging a higher price for these guys. If you're not sure if that plate of fries is worth $10, we're here to help you decide. Okay, we're going to start out with a Disney pretzel. Nope, not talking about the Mickey pretzels. You can get those all over the parks for about $7, which is too expensive. But for just a few more dollars, you can get something that is worth it. The colossal pretzel with beer cheese sauce is $10.49 at Pongu Pongu in Animal Kingdom's Pandora. This thing is as big as your head and a favorite among the DFB team. You can also get a giant pretzel at Baseline Tap House in Hollywood Studios that comes with a beer cheese fondue and mustard for only $9. You'll find another big pretzel in Epcot's Germany pavilion, but it won't come with beer cheese, and that's really what makes it for us. So what makes this one worth the extra cash? Well, beer cheese is awesome, so much better than the prepackaged plastic cheese that comes with the Mickey pretzel, as much as I love plastic cheese. And the pretzel itself is like a Bavarian style, fresher and tastier, plus it's bigger than a Mickey pretzel, so definitely shareable. Next up is that Dole Lip upside down cake. We haven't been able to talk about this for a while because it hasn't come back since the parks reopened. But this is one of our favorite Disney Dining Plan snack credit picks. Both the Disney Dining Plan and this snack aren't around right now, so when this one comes back, we think it's worth it, whether you're paying out of pocket or redeeming a dining credit to get some real bang for your buck. A cup of Dole Whip is $4.99, and those awesome Instagrammable floats are around $6.99, but you must get this one at least once. Trust me, it is way better than just Dole Whip on its own. It's unassuming looking, and I don't know anyone who lists pineapple upside down cake as their favorite cake, but it is so good and just $6.99. And don't forget, I'm the person who literally just eats the frosting off of cake and leaves the cake. There's no frosting on this one, but it's still completely incredible. It's more shareable than a float, a great portion size, and that cake is so fresh and delicious. It's the perfect base for some classic pineapple Dole Whip. And this is a good one too for people who think that Dole Whip is a little bit too tart. Sometimes I have problems with that really, really tart pineapple, but with the super sweetness of the upside down cake, it balances it out a lot. All right, number 3 is that fire cheese. If you get one thing on this list, I highly recommend you spend $15 for a dish of flaming cheese. We've talked about this appetizer at Wine Bar George on the channel before because it is seriously one of my favorite snacks in all of Disney World, but that $15 price tag is steep. Now, these are high quality ingredients with an awesome presentation. It's flour-reedy cheese topped with metaxa, which is then set ablaze and brought to your table. Your server puts it out with fresh lemon juice. The cheese is hot, super melty, and so flavorful. Now, you may need to ask for some more crostini to finish it off, but frankly, I try to eat keto as much as I can, and I just cut it with a fork and a knife and eat it alone. There's just so much flavor there. It's going to make your mouth just go crazy. All right, next one is margaritas. All right, this is an adult snack bonus item. Our team voted that margaritas count as a snack, so we're adding this in. Go inside the Mexico Pyramid in Epcot to La Cava del Tequila and order one of their exclusive cocktails. There are margaritas at the restaurants outside the pavilion, but you want to go inside to get the best of the best. These are made to order with high quality ingredients and an equally high price tag. Now, those of you who know Mexico well are going to say, AJ, Choza de Margarita is basically the same ingredients. Well, maybe, but you're still outside and there's no air conditioning and I don't know. I just think La Cava is the place to be. Most margaritas are $15 or $16 here, but the Dragones top shelf is going to set you back $22. There may be a line to get into the pyramid if the park is busy when you visit, and if so, look for a separate line just for La Cava. It won't be open all the time, but if it is, you can skip the line for the pyramid itself and just head to the bar for a quick drink in a line that will move much faster. But for me, La Cava is always best when I go and actually sit down in the restaurant. So if that's an option for you, definitely choose it. All right, number 5 are those spring rolls. Now, I know some of you don't love these. You told us you were let down by this Magic Kingdom snack, but they're still one of my favorites, and I think they're worth it. This is a hearty snack that's good to split if you need something to tide you over until dinner or just a light lunch. For Disney prices, it's not totally outrageous. 2 spring rolls are $7.50, but in the real world, that's really expensive. Still, the fun twist on cheeseburger and pizza flavors wrapped in fried rice paper is delicious and a solid savory snack in Adventureland. Now remember, now you can get 2 cheeseburger, 2 pizza, or 1 of each. All right, let's talk poutine. You got a few places to find this next worth it expensive snack. Poutine can be found at Epcot and Disney Springs right now. At the refreshment port in Epcot, you'll usually find the traditional poutine, which of course is French fries, beef gravy, and cheese curds for $7.50. Sometimes they'll have seasonal varieties. We've seen brisket and lobster versions during Epcot festivals for $9.50 and $10.50. The daily poutine in Disney Springs also has several varieties and seasonal specialties. All are around $10 and is a giant serving. These can double as lunch for sure, but they definitely fall into the snack category, and they are shareable. Classic poutine is a classic, but I recommend trying some of the fun seasonal twists offered at both locations if they appeal to you. If not, I'm 100% okay with you going with the beef gravy, fries, and those cheese curds. All right, number 7, we're going to talk about that super fancy hot dog, the Ronto wrap. Okay, we talk about the Ronto a lot on the channel because it's probably the best food you can get in Galaxy's Edge, at least as far as savory stuff is concerned. But we haven't really talked about the fact that it's straight up a $12 fancy hot dog. Roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and tangy slaw wrapped in pita bread. Fancy hot dog and some fancy bread. It is very good though. It's a great quick meal in a park where there isn't a ton of great food. A lot of protein to keep you going, and it's both exciting and pretty accessible for picky eaters. Don't forget, there's a breakfast version of this one as well, and it is relatively easy to make that one low carb or keto if you just get rid of the pita. All right, we're going to head back into Magic Kingdom for the Nutella Waffle ice cream sandwich hack. That's right, this isn't just the Nutella Waffle we're talking about, which is very worth the money. This is a hack that we created. This one's a 2-parter because the components are pretty expensive on their own, and together they make it even more delicious but way more expensive DFB snack hack. The Nutella Waffle sandwich at Sleepy Hollow in Magic Kingdom has long been one of our favorite under-the-radar eats in the park. Fresh waffle, fresh fruit, Nutella, you can't go wrong. Though it is $8.29, which is kind of expensive for a waffle. It's filling and tasty and shareable, but this hack makes it even better. Order up your waffle, but ask for everything to be kept separate. Then grab a scoop of ice cream. You can stop by Tomorrowland Terrace on the weekend for some hand-scooped ice cream or Anti-Gravities for some soft serve the rest of the week. And eventually the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor will reopen and you'll be able to go there. With all your ingredients, you can build an amazing ice cream sandwich. All in all, this snack comes in at nearly $13, which is definitely a lot for an ice cream sandwich, but we can verify it is so worth it if you're in for a splurge, and it is shareable among probably 4 people. It's huge. All right, our next on the list is the Gideons Cookie. $6 is a very pricey cookie, but you have got to go to Gideons Bakehouse in Disney Springs and try one for yourself. Based on size alone, these are not really that expensive. Each cookie is a ½ pound. Compared to Disney prices, this is kind of a steal of a snack, and the flavors of these cookies are unique and fun. There are monthly specials and cake slices too if cookies aren't your thing. Plus, they've got that hot cookie hour at night. It's just 1 hour every night, and you can get a hot cookie with some locally made ice cream on top. So good. All right, another Disney Springs stop is serving up some more sugary, expensive snacks. Everglaze Donuts in Cold Brew has some very pricey donuts. They're $4.50 and $5.50, depending on how much they've got going on inside. Maple bacon is a winner with our team, but there are tons of different options, from simple classic donuts to specialty seasonal varieties and lots of fun toppings. They also have breakfast sandwiches, which you can get served on a glazed donut for an extra $1. By the way, you can get any of their sandwiches served on a donut. And then you can add bacon for another $1, which makes an egg and cheese breakfast sandwich cost $8. But if you're looking for something unique and over the top, well, this is it for your vacation. $4.50 or $5.50 each is a lot of money for a single donut. We did a whole comparison in our blog post of how much it costs at Voodoo Donuts, at Universal, how much something like Hertz Donut is going to cost you. And these are all more expensive, but you are in Disney and they are very, very fresh and delicious donuts. So if you're willing to part with a serious amount of money for something that's mostly air, go for it. All right, the next thing on our list is some cupcakes. Not all Disney World cupcakes are worth the $5 or $6 price tag, but no doubt they are all that expensive. If you're not sure which ones you should pull out your wallet for, check Disney Food Blog. We review every one of them, and that includes every single cupcake that comes to a Disney bakery case. Cupcakes tend to switch out pretty often at Disney World, but there are a few that have stuck around or tend to come back again and again. And if you spot them, you should definitely get one. The Butterfinger Cupcake in Hollywood Studios, currently at Rosie's All-American Cafe for $4.99, but they don't call it the Butterfinger Cupcake anymore. They call it the peanut butter toffee I don't even know. It's the Butterfinger Cupcake. And it's basically a chocolate cupcake topped with peanut butter buttercream frosting covered with a peanut butter candy shell, which is basically Butterfingers crunched up and put on top. There's also a fudge filling in there. It's real good. One of my favorites. It's shrunk over the years. It's much smaller than it used to be, but it's still delicious. Now the Cotton Top Tamarind and Animal Kingdom's Creature Comforts for $5.99. That's chocolate cake with a chocolate caramel ganache filling, salted caramel buttercream. This one has gotten a makeover since it first debuted years and years ago, and it's really delicious. And that Campfire Cupcake at Roaring Fork at Wilderness Lodge. This one's $5.99, but it's so cute. Chocolate cupcake with chocolate rocks, buttercream, and marshmallow, and of course that little roasted marshmallow on the little chocolate stick. It's adorable. So not all cupcakes are created equal. Look at Disney Food Blog. We review them all and figure out which ones are going to be the top for your list. By the way, if you head over to Contempo Cafe and Disney's Contemporary Resort, just about any cupcake you're going to get there is going to be worth it. All right, next up on the list is Tonga Toast, this iconic breakfast dish at Polynesian Village Resort. Now, this one is either expensive or very expensive, depending on where you get it. It's available at both Kona Cafe, which is one of the full table service restaurants upstairs, and at Captain Cook's, which is the quick service restaurant downstairs at the Poly. This deep fried block of cinnamon sugar topped French toast is stuffed with bananas, and it's $16 at Kona Cafe, but it's just $9.29 at Captain Cook's. Now, the price hike at Kona gets you a real plate and some strawberry sauce and a server, but at Captain Cook's, you pretty much do the serve yourself thing, right? Because it's a counter service location, but it's still the same stuff and it's still delicious. So I'll let you decide if it's worth the extra $7 to go upstairs. All right, number 13 is the Dole Lip with rum. This is another way to plus up your Dole Whip in Disney World. If you've never had the classic Disney World snack straight up, you definitely should. But if you're a Dole Lip aficionado and you're up for some adult beverages, you need to try the spiked version. You'll typically find this on the menu at Tamu Tamu Refreshments in Animal Kingdom and Pineapple Lanai at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. It's going to cost you $5 to add rum to your cup of Dole Whip, but sometimes there's nothing better than sipping on a spiked Dole Whip. By the way, there are several locations in Disney World where you can get Dole Whip spiked with rum or Captain Morgan or several other things. Those are going to be on drink menus at lounges or pool bars, so just keep an eye out for those. All right, next up is a DFB favorite secret menu order. It's amazing. It's delicious. It's the only way you're getting it right now. Ohana bread pudding for $12. This dish is traditionally the dessert at the all-you-can-eat Ohana dinner at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Yep, we're back at the Poly. But you can get it a la carte at the neighboring Tambu Lounge. Right now, they're also serving a version of it at Kona Cafe, as Ohana hasn't reopened yet. It's not exactly the same, but it's still delicious. When Ohana is open, you can get a few other menu items a la carte at a pretty hefty premium there at Tambu Lounge. A little bowl of teriyaki noodles are going to run you $9. This was an awesome deal when they were just $5, but that price increase we saw at the beginning of 2020 puts this one squarely in the too expensive category. Still, they're delicious and worth it if you're craving those awesome Ohana noodles and couldn't get a reservation. All right, next we're back in Disney Springs for a snack that has a truly outrageous price tag, $18 for bacon. The Candied clothesline bacon at the Edison is coated in maple and black pepper with fruit mostarda and sweet and spicy pickles. When we first tried this one in 2018, you got 4 pieces of bacon for $13, and that price was unbelievable. I can remember Googling how much bacon costs, and I was like, why would you spend $13 for 4 pieces of bacon? That's atrocious. But that price has actually jumped. Now it's definitely tasty and a fun presentation, but at 18 bucks, this one is truly a splurge. Now, okay, this is really good bacon. It's super thick pieces of bacon, and whatever they do to it makes it melt in your mouth. No matter how much I wanted to hate this for the price and the fact that it's just sweet bacon, I couldn't. It is delicious, and maybe it's a one and done, but yeah, I'd pay 18 bucks for it. All right, Epcot's France Pavilion is where we are next, and it's got some of the best snacks in all of Epcot and really in all of Disney World. But there's one that tops our favorites list, even if it is a little pricey. You can make custom martinis with your choice of ice cream and alcohol, so Grand Marnier, whipped cream, vodka, or rum. It's $11.97 for basically a scoop of that house-made ice cream or sorbet and a shot, but it's decadent and delicious, and the fact that you get to build your own is always fun. Check back for seasonal ice cream flavors to make your drink a little more unique. We always figure out a way to make something brand new when we're there. All right, next on the list is that Petite cake at Amorette's Patisserie in Disney Springs. Now, Amorette's has some real expensive cakes, and honestly, not a lot of them are worth the money in my opinion. They're very fancy, but I don't think the flavor's there on a lot of them. But now the Petite cakes are often the star of the show in the bakery case. They're the perfect size to split between 2 or even 4 people, and they always have some beautiful designs. There's always like a million layers, all kinds of interesting flavors. So I really do think those are worth it. For each week of WandaVision on Disney Plus, they release a new little TV-shaped cake decorated for each episode, and we've seen plenty of Disney films represented on these tiny cakes too. Now, all that design takes a lot of work, and the price tag reflects it. These cakes are $20 each. They're super rich and decadent. Like I said, they're unique, they stand out, and for the right person, they are going to be worth the price. It's just not something you're probably going to be picking up on a whim. All right, I've got another over-the-top decadent Disney Springs dessert for you, bubble waffles at Aristocrapes. This thing is huge, which will help justify the $8.99 price tag. The salted caramel bubble waffle is filled with chocolate ice cream, chocolate-covered pretzel pieces, crispy pearls, of course, caramel sauce, and vanilla bean whipped cream. There's also a strawberry version if you're not a chocolate fan. Aristocrapes does tend to have some wonky hours, so you're going to want to make sure they're open when you go to get this one. Like weekdays, they're open after 4, weekends, they're open after 12. It all kind of gets messy, so be sure to double and triple check that they're open when you're going. All right, next we're going to head to Oga's Cantina. It's one of the hardest reservations to get in Disney World, and it's going to be one of the hardest reservations on your wallet as well. Not just for Hollywood Studios, but for all of Disney World. Non-alcoholic Powerade-based drinks start at $6, but if you're getting something with alcohol in it, those are going to run you $15 to $18, which is crazy even for Disney World. But watch out for those souvenir cups. For the most part, you'll be able to order your Yub Nub without the souvenir mug, so you won't need to spend $45 on a drink if you don't need to take the glassware home with you. But if you're looking to sample some beers, you'd better be ready to shell out some cash for that beer flight. You can only get the flight by purchasing the souvenir cups, which makes it $85. It's a cool flight board with Rancor teeth cups, but man, that's an expensive beer flight. That one, probably not worth it, but the rest of the drinks are. At least to experience the Cantina, it is a must-do for Star Wars fans. Don't forget, my favorite, of course, is that fuzzy tauntaun, which is basically a fuzzy navel made with buzz button foam, which is basically a Szechuan flour that will make your whole mouth go numb for a little bit. Very, very interesting. Now, this next one is one of my absolute favorites. I love it so much. I can't wait to eat it again. It's a Wookiee Cookie. That's right. It's a Wookiee oatmeal cookie sandwich, Star Wars themed, of course. It's 2 really, really soft, chewy, delicious oatmeal cookies sandwiched together with a fluffy kind of whoopie pie cream filling. It's not marshmallow, it's more like buttercream frosting filling, and it's topped off with a chocolate bar that's made to look like Chewbacca's bandolier. Now, this thing is the perfect oatmeal cookie sandwich, the perfect OCP. And the cookies and the filling are the right consistency and the right quantity to make the perfect snack. Now, the only thing that isn't so great is, of course, the price. It's $5.99. And in the same park, you've got the carrot cake cookie, which is phenomenal for $3.99. So Still though, Wookiee Cookie, it's like a normal sized cookie. It's nothing gigantic or outrageous. It's just a solidly delicious cookie sandwich. So if you like oatmeal cream pies, I think you are going to find this one to be very, very worth it. All right, next we're going to talk a classic, caramel apples. Yep, they're adorable, they're delicious, and if you love them, you probably get them every trip and the price doesn't matter to you. But FYI, you guys, these are $10.99 for an apple coated in candy. Every so often, Disney drops a caramel apple that is topped with some extra fun stuff, but often they're just cute versions of the standard caramel and chocolate. You can build your own caramel apple at Goofy's Candy Company in Disney Springs for $10.99 also. Then you get to pick your own toppings. And this isn't available right now, but hopefully it'll be back soon. So if caramel apples are your thing, then yeah, you'll probably drop $11 on it, and it will be shareable for the whole family. But this may be one that some of you don't necessarily agree should be on this list. Let us know in the comments. Next up, we've got an option that's on a menu at a table service restaurant, but there are two ways you can get it as a snack without having to worry about a reservation. Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village has a lounge that's first come, first serve, and you can order off the full menu, including the Sanaa bread service, which is the deal we're talking about today. You can also order takeout from Sanaa right in the My Disney Experience app and take it back to your room. Now for $18, you get 5 breads and 9 sauces. That's a little expensive for some bread and dip, but trust me when I say this is one of the best things you'll eat in Disney World. If you have a favorite bread or dip, you can usually order some extra for $1 or $2 more. Now here's another lounge snack for you. This one's over at Geyser Point Bar and Grill at Wilderness Lodge. This is an awesome spot to grab some cocktails and some snacks or burgers. It's an outdoor lounge right next to a lake with a beautiful sunset view. The cheesy brisket dip is served with house-made chips, and this thing is pretty substantial. It's closer to a meal than a dip, but still, I wish you got a little more for the $11 price tag. It's a little expensive for what you get, and they say it's shareable, but it is not shareable in my opinion. It's pretty much, I want the whole thing. And it might be the best thing on the menu there if it weren't for that great bison burger as well. So be aware that you're not going to want to share this, and just do yourself a favor and get one for everyone. And lastly, it's time for some more even pricier fancy potato chips. Yep, we're back in Disney Springs at Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill for an appetizer that's going to blow you away the way it did me. If you can get over the price of a plate of chips, you are going to absolutely love these. They are truffled potato chips. They're covered in the most delicious Point Reyes blue cheese sauce with blue cheese crumbles. I don't even love blue cheese. This is amazing. At $12, you might think, AJ, that's crazy. It's a plate of potato chips. To which I say, yeah, you might be right, but these are so good I don't care. These are basically nachos with a potato chip base instead of corn chips. They've got all that blue cheese. They're made to share, but they're so good you might not want to. Just go spend some time alone with these blue cheese chips and you will thank me, I promise. All right, I hope this list helped you jumpstart your list of must-get snacks for your next Disney trip. If you want some more help navigating the sea of delicious eats all over the parks, pick up one of our snack guides over at dfbstore.com. We have guides for each park that include every single snack you'll find, where to find them, and what they're like. You won't have to worry about snack FOMO because you'll know just what to expect before you even arrive. Pick up your copy at dfbstore.com and don't forget to use code YouTube to get a discount on those snack guides or any of our guidebooks or guidebook bundles. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I know it's all expensive, but maybe you'll be able to splurge on a couple of these. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.